it is I would heat up my hot plate. I'm not going to do this to their project, okay, but I would heat up the hot plate and I would start with it a little bit on the right side, adjust until it meets the left side, and release it. That's going to just bring that plane a little bit up on the right side. And I would also adjust it a little bit anterior to posterior. So I'm going to remove a little bit of the wax from the posterior segment, like so, until it matches up with the anterior. I'm not trying to change this area of the rim. I'm just trying to make that plane go back. So I'm going to remove it slightly from the posterior till the plate begins to touch the incisal edge, and then just pull it off, okay? Once I'm happy with that plane, and everything looks good right to left, front to back, not touching the deniform, I'm going to put the lower in and we can start to adjust it, okay? The lower adjustment is a whole lot easier because what you're going to find is that your two rims come together in a certain orientation, okay? Right now, when I don't touch anything and I just put these two pieces together, I have contact right here. Can you all see? Yeah, let me do it like this. You all see that it's contacting here, but it's open everywhere else. Okay? So that's a premature contact. It's holding it up right now. Some of you are going to find that in order to fix that problem, you have to remove wax, and some of you are going to find that you have to add wax depending on how much your vertical was off. Looking at this, I'm going to change my mind, I think, because that's in contact and that's in contact. All right, the new number is 30. I think it's going to be 30. I don't want you guys to have to be adjusting a whole lot. I want you to get the concept. Let me make sure. If I make it too tall, you guys are going to have to add wax. Nobody wants to add wax, right? So let's make the number 30, okay? All right, now we can see that it's a little bit closer to where it needs to be. It's still contacting prematurely on this side, still open everywhere else. So I need to remove wax in this area to allow the entire rim to come into contact. Now I'm going to squeeze this, even though I told you not to. I'm going to squeeze it so I can show you what you're trying to achieve, okay? So right now, I can squeeze it and I can get contact all through on both posterior sides, but not in the front. I have to relieve some of this wax so that the two rims will come together in this orientation, okay? These rims, you want them to be contacting the entire length of the rim. This one's still slightly open here. That problem is going to get fixed when you bring this wax down. What you then want is to be able to walk away from the deniform, not touching it, and have even contact all the way around. Once you have even contact all the way around with the pin touching in the back, you can start to cut your grooves to make your CR record. But this is your first step. This is the most important thing. Making sure that you have even contact everywhere and that your maxillary rim is at the right plane, either slightly running uphill so it's higher up in the back than in the front, or completely flat. Okay? Get your deniform set first, because as you lower this to that 30 millimeter mark, the front of the deniform is coming down and it's going to change the orientation of your plane. So don't adjust your maxillary plane until you have this set at 30. Any questions about that from this room? I don't know why this is so echoey, I'm sorry. So 30 millimeters here, adjust your maxillary right to left, front to back, then have faculty help you adjust the lower right to left until it's touching everywhere on the rim, and then we can start to cut our grooves. Next week, or maybe later this week, if I can get my hands on a rim that is not someone else's project, or make one for you all, I'll go through the demonstration of cutting that and I'll post it online as well.